Hi, I'm Colleen Friend, Superintendent of the Carlisle Area School District, and I would like to use this opportunity to update you on the progress of our new middle school, which is part of our larger K-8 reconfiguration project. As you may recall, in the summer of 2024, a committee made up of 95 parents, faculty, staff, and administrators were determining what's the best way to respond to our growing enrollment in the northern part of the district and our declining enrollment in the southern part of the district. At that time, the committee moved forward a new K-8 reconfiguration organization. You'll notice that the plan is to close LaTorte and Mount Holly Springs elementary schools, to convert our 5 elementary schools to primary buildings housing grades kindergarten through 3rd grade, turning our Wilson and Lamberton Middle School into intermediate schools, and building a new 7th and 8th grade building, which will be called Carlisle Middle School. Our comprehensive high school will remain the same. On October 2nd, Crabtree, Warbaugh and Associates, our architects, provided a presentation to the school board about the new middle school. The proposed site for the new middle school is close to our current Wilson Middle School, which will turn into Wilson Intermediate School. There are 3 athletic fields located where the middle school will be built. At the presentation, the architects talked about the importance of keeping parent and bus traffic separated. Looking at our district, you can see that the new middle school is housed close to the turnpike. This area of the building are more noisy classrooms, and the quieter classrooms are towards this side of the building. You can see that the front of the building is actually off of Waggoner's Gap, and it's not located towards the turnpike. With this proposed layout, there will be 2 roundabouts built into the school district main campus. This roundabout helps to ease the speed of traffic coming down Waggoner's Gap from the turnpike. This road and this roundabout actually connect the entire campus to the middle school, the intermediate school, and the high school. Currently, we are also visiting and looking at the possibility of moving traffic down Bel Air Drive so that we do not have to build this new road. It's important that we also have some pedestrian walkways. So what you see in yellow are pedestrian walkways to the neighborhood, which either way, whether we build the new road or we end up going down Bel Air Drive, we are going to connect to this neighborhood and create a walking path to the new middle school. As I mentioned, the academic wing is separate from the core spaces of the building and also separate from music classrooms, family consumer science, tech ed, the auditorium, etc. When you look at the layout, you'll see that 7th grade is on the 1st floor of the building. You do see an auditorium that seats 500 students. You see a gym and an auxiliary gym. The new middle school has a fitness center. Of course, there's a cafeteria and food court. And then you can see family consumer science and tech ed. These are important to be here because they're located close to where the loading dock is so that supplies can be brought in. You also see a business classroom, health classroom, which is in close proximity to gym, music, orchestra, and band. The administration part of the building is at the front of the building. This is where your entrance is. And looking at the 2nd floor, you can see that the 8th grade is on the 2nd floor along with the media center. We do have several stairwells. We also have an elevator for anybody that would need assistance getting to the top floor. This is a rendering of the outside of the building of the new middle school. It is important to us that we keep it along the same color scheme that we have for Wilson Middle School so that everything makes sense and blends in accordingly. Looking at the cost of the new middle school cannot exceed $98 million. This is because this is what we are submitting to the Pennsylvania Department of Education. And it is critical that we keep that cost under the $98 million. Now, that being said, as we're certainly not trying to spend $98 million. We're looking for cost savings along the way, such as, like I indicated, we're checking to see the necessity of building that new road. Looking at the timeline for the project, so in November, there will be what's known as an Act 34 hearing. This is the public's opportunity to come out and ask questions or share their thoughts about the new middle school. This is an important and required step to submit to the Pennsylvania Department of Ed. Moving forward, we will go out to bid on the project in January or February. Construction will begin, and construction for the new building will take 29 months. The new middle school will open in the 2028-2029 school year. In October, I shared the criteria for the usage of LaTorte and Mount Holly Springs elementary schools beyond the 2028-2029 school year. The school board decided that the purpose of the building is very important. It needs to be viable for the Mount Holly and LaTorte communities. They will look at the value to the school district or the community for what is proposed in that building. It's important that we minimize the cost to the district, and we have a fiduciary responsibility to district taxpayers. What that means is we just can't give the buildings away. Finally, it is our commitment that the buildings will not sit empty. Whoever purchases those buildings must have a good plan for them moving forward. Thank you for watching this brief video summary of our new middle school project as part of our K-8 reconfiguration. Just a reminder, there is a public hearing on November 13th at the Fowler LGI starting at 7 o'clock, where you can come out and ask questions or share your feedback about the new middle school project. You can also email the board president, or you can email me with any questions that you may have, and we will make sure to respond to you. Again, thanks for your time and your interest in our new middle school project and K-8 reconfiguration. Have a great day and stay Heard Strong.